The constant stress of day-to-day life can really get to you sometimes, and when that happens, you cannot help but imagine yourself sitting on a tropical beach somewhere exotic like Fiji or Bora Bora, sipping a colorful drink and gazing at the deep blue sea. And while this certainly does sound fantastic, not all beaches are created equal, and some can even turn your peaceful getaway into a rather disastrous trip. In today's video, we're going to tell you about a few such beaches you should stay away from. So let's get started. Hanakapiai Beach, Hawaii. Whether you are a swimmer or a surfer, Hawaii is all about the water. Choose pretty much any beach and you will find people heading straight for the waves. One exception, however, is Hanakapiai Beach, located in Kauai, Hawaii's northernmost island. Beautiful and picturesque in every way though it may be, Hanakapiai is notorious for the powerful waves and high tides that pound the beach. In winter months, the waters get so wild that the beach itself disappears. And if an unfortunate emergency were to occur at the beach, its remoteness ensures that there are no lifeguards and no hope of immediate rescue. More people have drowned at Hanakapiai than at any other beach in Kauai. There's even a sign on the beach with a tally mark for each drowning that has happened here. And with a sign having more than 80 marks, visitors are advised to stay out of the water entirely. Skeleton Coast, Namibia. It looks more like a mirage than real life. Lions stalking seals along a dazzling white strand that wouldn't look out of place in the Caribbean. This appropriately named Skeleton Coast takes its name from the animal bones scattered across its endless strands and the hundreds of ships that have wrecked there over the centuries. This place is probably as close as our planet gets to the mythical end of the Earth. The skeletons of an estimated 500 ships are scattered along the coast, from wooden Portuguese galleons that were submerged hundreds of years ago to modern steel-hulled vessels. The lethal Benguela current here regularly causes shipwrecks, and the surrounding waters are home to 11 different species of sharks. A number of predators, including lions and hyenas, can be found patrolling the beach in search of maritime meals. It's little wonder that Portuguese navigators used to have another name for this coast as well, the Gates of Hell. North Sentinel Island, Andaman. This island technically falls under the jurisdiction of India, but effectively it is independent, as the natives there have never submitted to any authority. In fact, they verge on unwelcoming, which might pose a problem if you were hoping to enjoy the amazing beaches of the Andaman or to check out the reef formations that lie nearby. The tribes there have rejected all types of communication with the outside world repeatedly and protect their land violently from anybody who wants to establish contact. At one point, the Indian government did try and form relations with the Sentinelese by landing peacefully and leaving gifts for them. However, they were greeted with angry arrow fire. The Sentinelese are almost entirely unknown. Clearly, they have a different name for themselves than Sentinelese, but no one in the world has any idea what that might be. There's somewhere between 25 and 500 of them, although these figures could be wildly inaccurate. New Smyrna Beach, Florida. New Smyrna Beach in Volusia County, Florida is a great place to surf and to swim with sharks. The waters off New Smyrna possess large populations of fish, which in turn attract many sharks. Combine that with the beach's aforementioned popularity with surfers, and you have a beach that is considered the shark attack capital of the world. Scientists estimate that anyone who swims at New Smyrna Beach will pass within 10 feet of a shark. And bull sharks, a notoriously aggressive species among sharks, have been caught multiple times in this area. Volusia County in general, fueled primarily by New Smyrna Beach, also has a reputation for shark bites. In 2008, over 1/3 of all unprovoked shark attacks in the world occurred in the waters off the county coast, amongst which the Smyrna Beach was a major contributor. Fraser Island, Australia. Fraser Island is located just off the southeastern coast of Queensland, Australia. This island may have been inhabited by humans for over 5,000 years now, but it is still an exceptionally dangerous place to go. Its deadly beaches are home to practically everything you want to avoid if you're trying to stay alive. In fact, rescue choppers are frequently flown into the area to save visitors who find themselves plagued with medical emergencies. Oh, this is probably the right time to point out there is nowhere on the island to seek medical attention, which is in and of itself another danger, but really only the beginning of the perils of Fraser. First of all, the island is an actual favorite hangout for young great whites. However, it is not only known for shark attacks, but for its dingo attacks as well. Dingoes, in case you don't know, are a breed of wild dogs native to Australia, and like any wild, undomesticated predator, can be extremely dangerous to humans. But as if those two creatures weren't scary enough, Fraser is home to stinging jellyfish too, including Irukandji jellyfish and bluebottles. Stings by both of these tentacled species will require medical attention which, just to reiterate, cannot be found on the island. Snake Island, Brazil. It sounds like the setting of a James Bond movie, an island swarming with snakes that will melt the flesh from your hand. So dangerous is Snake Island, or Ilha de Camada Grande, to the locals that it was declared off limits to visitors almost a century ago. There are an estimated 4,000 golden lancehead snakes on the island off the coast of São Paulo state, which are believed to have been trapped when rising sea levels cut off the island from the mainland. A snake bite can lead to kidney failure, intestinal bleeding, and brain hemorrhages. We're staying well away. Boa Viagem Beach, Brazil. Life's a beach in Brazil, literally. In the country's coastal cities, from Rio to the northern city of Recife, an afternoon watching the waves come in is a favorite pastime. In Recife, however, that's as far as it goes. Recife has one of the highest rates of shark attacks in the world, a total of 56 in the 20 years to 2012, of which 21 were fatal. And it's all down to careless human behavior. The construction of a new port in the 1980s interrupted the natural patterns of local bull sharks, moving them closer to the beach, while the garbage thrown overboard by passing ships attracted tiger sharks to the area. The result? Only the bravest dive in. Lofoten Islands, Norway. Everyone agrees the Lofoten Islands beaches are beautiful. One British newspaper named Utøya Beach as Europe's most romantic beach, while nearby Haukelandstranden was named Norway's best beach by a Norwegian newspaper. Charming as the beaches look under summer's midnight sun, they look even lovelier in winter when they are sprinkled with snow. And that's the thing about swimming in the Lofoten Islands, the climate. The Lofoten Islands lie north of the Arctic Circle, which means the weather is distinctly chilly. Locals will tell you that the temperate waters of the Gulf Stream warm things up, but with water temperatures hovering between 8 and 14 degrees throughout the year, we're not convinced. Cape Tribulation, Queensland. You'll find no shortage of misery at this beach, which, like Skeleton Coast, holds true to its name. Located along the coast of Queensland, it touts alluring sandy beaches and palm-fringed aquamarine waters. But you've been warned, dozens of natural booby traps await. First of all, if you're going to swim, the recommended guidelines are that you wear a stinger suit, as the waters here are teeming with stinging jellyfish. That right there should be your first red flag. If you do decide to don your best stinger suit, you might also be interested to know that saltwater crocodiles are not too far away, and there are no suits to keep you safe from those. On top of that, the Cape is also home to cassowaries, which are flightless birds the size of emus or ostriches who have talons sharp enough to rip you from head to toe. And finally, beware of the infamous stinging trees, featuring jagged leaves that can pick up where the cassowaries left off. Cumminal Strand, Ireland. Even in a country as scenic as Ireland, the sandy coves of southwestern Ireland's Dingle Peninsula are something special. Among the most picture-perfect is the Cumminal Strand, nestled beneath sheltering cliffs. It featured in the Irish film Ryan's Daughter and is the perfect place for a spot of romantic strolling. Swimming? Not so much. It's not just that the Atlantic waters are cold, although at between 8 and 15 degrees, it's seriously chilly. The beach also has a nasty undertow that can spell trouble for swimmers, so keep your feet on dry ground. Gansbaai, South Africa. This is a beautiful spot with miles of white sand and dramatic cliffs. So beautiful, in fact, that you'd think working for the Gansbaai tourist office would be a breeze. It has all the features of a perfect beach holiday, and to top it all off, it's the great white shark capital of the world. Who wouldn't want to visit this magnificent place? Well, people who are afraid of sharks, for one. Maybe it's just us, but selling a beach as being the shark capital of the world is a bit like selling a restaurant as being the cockroach headquarters. Just look at this terrifying photo of a shark stalking a kayak taken at Gansbaai. Doesn't it make your blood run a little bit cold? Some places in Gansbaai, though, do provide metallic cages beneath the water that make it relatively safe to dive underwater and observe these sharks in their natural habitat. Arnhem Land Beaches, Northern Territory, Australia. In this remote corner of Australia's deep north, most of the white sand beaches don't even have a name. What they do have, however, is a reputation for serious danger. Visitors are warned, if the crocs don't get you, the stonefish or the irukandji jellyfish may. Or perhaps it will be the box jellyfish, trailing its 2-meter-long tentacles, which can inject millions of small doses of venom into any flesh they brush against. So there you have it. A few beaches you should definitely cross out from your potential holiday destinations. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe and press that bell icon for more amazing videos. Until we see you next time, thank you for watching.